Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Artapling organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening session. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्टाफ्लिंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के इस 50वें सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ. Today we are celebrating 58th Golden Jubilee celebration of our evening and morning sessions. So today we are also celebrating Engineers Day. Wish you all very happy Engineers Day. अभियंता दिन की आप सभी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. रोज की तरह we'll begin this session by chanting ओम 3 times. आज के सत्र की भी शुरुआत हम लोग ओम के नाद से करते हैं. So let us all close our eyes. आंखें बंद कर लें. एक साधारण सांस अंदर ले और धीरे धीरे छोड़ दे. एक गहरी लंबी सांस अंदर ले और सांस को धीरे धीरे छोड़ते छोड़ते अपने भूतकाल का त्याग कर वर्तमान क्षण में आ जाए. यह वर्तमान क्षण नया है. इस नए क्षण का स्वागत ओम के नाद से करते हैं. एक गहरी लंबी सांस अंदर ले Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम पुनः पुनः गुरु वंदना कर ले. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. गुरु से प्रार्थना कर ले. अपने मुख से निकलने वाले हर एक शब्द, हर एक वाणी, अपने सारे कर्म एवं विचार अपने बुद्धि के अंदर जागृत होने वाला विवेक, अपने स्मृति के अंदर तैयार हो रहे संस्कार यदि हो रहे हो तो, पर अब भी जो थोड़ा बहुत अहम का भाव बाकी है तो वह और ये सारे भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना करें। मुक्ति और मोक्ष की राह पे चलने वाले हम लोग यदि इस क्षण जीवन मुक्त हो जाए, सदैव मुक्ति का अनुभव करें गुरु कृपा से, तो यह उर्वरित जीवन और किसी कारणवश सेवा के लिए, भक्ति के लिए यहाँ पे लौट के भी आना पड़े, तो वह भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना करें। अपने भीतर और बाहर गुरु का सानिध्य महसूस करते हुए धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो। स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली यू मे ओपन योर आईज। जय गुरुदेव। रोज की तरह हम लोग इस सत्र को अपने गणपति बाप्पा की आरती करके आगे बढ़ाते हैं। So I'll just share my screen and we'll do the Ganesh आरती। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्व कार्येषु सर्वदा। तो यह सुख करता आपके जीवन को परमानेंट सुख लाए। आप जीवन से सारे दुखों को ये दुखहर्ता हर ले। और आप जिस मार्ग पे चल पड़े हो, उस मार्ग पे यदि कोई विघ्न भी आए तो यह गणपति बाप्पा आपके जीवन से सारे विघ्नों को हर ले। इसी प्रार्थना के साथ आज के सत्र को हम लोग आगे बढ़ाते हैं। हमारे सत्र में हमेशा जिन्होंने हमारा साथ दिया, वो संगीता जी भी अपने साथ जुड़ चुके हैं। संगीता जी, would you like to say a few words on this occasion of 50th episode? We are celebrating the Golden Jubilee today.
Thank you very much, Someshwar ji, and thanks to all our viewers who are there with us in this journey. I would really love to thank each and every person. I'm not taking any names, but all of you all are there with us, making this journey so beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So let us be continuing in this journey till we reach our goal. It is Guru's grace with us that we are here till now. It's not an easy thing, but it is His grace flowing, His blessings with us, and with all of you here with us, your Sankalpa also, all of us are moving ahead in this journey. And it is a beautiful one. We enjoy every day. I do enjoy every day. I just keep waiting, where can we meet again and soon. And Someshwar ji just takes us through that so lightly and so beautifully, so gracefully, I tell you. It just goes, and that is the way it is. Shravan. If your Shravan is good, then your Manan will be better. That is churning the butter. That is what Krishna used to like. That was Manan. Means after Shravan comes the Manan. And then comes the Nidhyasan. That is applying it into your life. So here we are seeing how this knowledge, with the sword of this knowledge, how can you cut down the roots of your mind and become free from it. And that infinite individual conscious mind merges into the infinite consciousness. So that is the full journey. And the Yog Vaashishtha is such a beautiful, I tell you, it's a supreme knowledge that we have got over here. And we are very privileged to be in this. So let us all be in this gratitude, and let us, over to you, Someshwar ji. Please guide us ahead now. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, Sangeeta ji, that was really wonderful. And yes, let us continue with this journey together. आप सब लोग होते हैं, आप सब श्रोता सब लोग यहाँ पे मिलके आते हैं, साधुओं का संग हमें भी नसीब होता है आपके रूप में, तो हम लोग भी, हमारा भी यह उत्साह बना रहता है, बढ़ता है. With that note, let's begin with today's session. We are almost concluding the Utpatti Prakaran, the creation of this universe now. So here we have seen the story of Lavan Raja, and in the story of Lavan Raja, we have seen how this Lavan Raja's mind takes him through all these things, all the trouble that he experienced, the 60 years of trouble that he experienced in his life, and it was just within few hours. It is just because at the level of mind. That is what the capability of the mind, that is what mind can take you to any such level also, that where you will be able to experience many years thing altogether just within few hours also. So that is what the thing that we saw. But here Rama is not going to keep quiet. He is going to ask questions. So many questions would have come into your mind also, and same questions came into Rama's mind also. What happened then? How was like this? How come it is like this? No, such kind of questions Rama keeps asking. So here Rama asks that, Bhagavan, you have explained that this avidya or this vasanas, all these things, cravings and all these things are their ignorance. The clouds of ignorance in the form of this universe is very well explained by you, and I can really get it. So because of that only, how the other people, everybody is get entangled into it and just get caught up into this, that is really amazing. This related to this Lavan Raja story. Now I have couple of questions to ask, and that is where Rama asked the question. So he asked that despite of this opposites, appears to be opposite things, is your Deha and Jiv, And whatever happens to that, when we say that somebody is actually experiencing that or suffering that, the karta and the bhokta, how is that is something is taken here? Who is really doing it? When we say that it is deha, it is body which is suffering, or it is the other thing, that is the self, the atma, which is suffering. Who is the real sufferer here? So that is the question Prabhu Ramchandraji asked to Vashishtha. So Vashishtha replies that, look, here the karta and the bhokta, the both are actually neither the body, neither the atma. Atma is beyond. Nothing can touch atma, nothing can touch yourself. It is beyond all these things, so it doesn't experience anything. No, it is the neither the karta nor the bhokta. It just ultimate observer. It just observe whatever is happening with completely self state. It just observe. Okay, it's happening. It's fine. I'm just observing. Then if it is not the atma, is the bhokta, and is the body bhokta? Is the body actually suffers? What happens when we have been given anesthesia? If you have been given anesthesia, your body is being cut in front of your eyes. Do you really suffer? No. Then who is the sufferer? Is it your body that is suffering? No. So this body also doesn't suffer. So it is in between this body and this self-consciousness, Chaitanya Atma. In between what comes is that mind. So it is that chitta. So it is that chitta who is the karta. It is the chitta who does through your body, through your five senses, and it is the same chitta who also suffers the fruits of those actions also. No? So karta and the bhokta both are nothing but this mind alone. So it is that mind only sees that I am the doer, my karta, and I am the bhokta, मैं भोगता हूँ. No, so it also have that feelings of that ahankara, that kartutva bhav, and the bhoktritva bhav, that abhimana, that ahankara, that ego is also kept by this mind only. It is that mind which says that I am doing this, I am suffering. Oh, क्यों मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों होता है? इस तरह से, this is the expression of your mind that comes into again in the mind itself. So now when it case that Vashishtha Muni is asking again and again, if you see n number of times he'll ask you, let go of this mind, dissolve this mind, is mind, kill this mind. No, all these things are coming again and again. So here say that it is worth experiencing this. This is that Chidabhas, which that jiva in the form of this mind is the real karta and bhokta. So likewise, even the Lavan Raja, when he comes back and then he is sitting in the darbara, he also starts thinking about it, what has exactly happened. So when this Lavan Raja also confused about so many things that were happened to him, and even the Vashishtha Muni tells Rama that, look, I already told you that this is not a story. I was present over there, so I am telling you the real stuff that has happened. So I was present over there in the Darbara. So obviously when Vashishtha Muni and such a saint is there, naturally Lavan Raja will look after for the explanation, look after to Vashishtha Muni to get an explanation of what has really happened. So here this Rama also asks that who was really that Garudi, who was that magician after all, and how these things have actually happened. Lavan Raja also thinks whatever that was there, was that really truth, or it was just a Brahm again? Or it is because I just saw it in my mind only. So what does that actually exist? Whatever that I saw, does such place exist? Does such people do exist here? So he wants to validate. So after thinking like this particular Lavan Raja, then he goes to in that direction, no? So taking all his ministers and all his soldiers, people think that he is probably going into war. No, you just want to like that. He goes there. So he travels and he goes towards, there is a parvat called Vindhya Parvat, and there is this deep forest. So when he goes there, and he enters into that deep forest. That is where he actually sees everything. No? So it is that thing. So before all these things happens, when he is sitting in the Darbara itself, he happens to ask, because Rama asked these questions to Vashishtha Muni, that Vashishtha Muni says that, Rama, these are the exactly things even Lavan Raja also asked me. And this is what I told to Lavan Raja. And that is what I am telling to you also now. So he says that what has actually happened, this Lavan Raja happened to be great grandson of a king called Harishchandra. We know the story of Harishchandra. So he says that Harishchandra did the Rajasuya Yagya. Now, there is one type of yagya. When one does that yagya, they also get certain things, some good benefits out of it. Certain they also get some 12 years of suffering. No, they will have to go through that suffering. That is an outcome of that Rajasuya yagya. So they have to experience that opposite also. So it's happened with the Harishchandra. He has experienced the 12 years of suffering. So he said that he has done that Rajasuya yagya. So why I am also the great grandson of Harishchandra? Let me also do it. So instead of preparing for that and doing it physically, what this Lavan Raja does, he says that, oh, let me do this in the mind itself. I have heard that Manas Puja is the Sreshta one. Let me do that Puja, let me do that Yagya in the mind itself. So in the mind itself, he calls upon brings all the stuff that is required for him to do the Yagya. And he also calls upon all the Rishi Munis who will perform the yagya for him. So he collects all that and then he continues to take the diksha of performing the this Rajasuya yagya. So in the mind itself, he continues to perform all the rituals, whatever is been said as a part of Rajasuya yagya, and he completes all that, and it almost goes complete 1 year, passes like that. In the entire 1 year, he completes his Rajasuya yagya, and then once he completes his yagya as a Guru Dakshina, he offers all these things to the Rishimunis who perform that yagya for him, and then after that so this is what happens. So now one has to go through the fruits of that. So he has to go through the sufferings of that for 12 years. As it was done in the mind, it has multiplied with 5 years. So that 12 multiplied by 5, he actually experiences the 60 years of suffering just within few couple of years. So because of that, it is worth, Rama, I'm telling you again and again, that you practice. No, you do the of dropping this mind. So there are certain rules and regulations if you are walking on this path, and if you want to adopt and continue to walk on this path, realize self-knowledge, to attain the Atma Jnana. So there are certain things that you need to do. What is it that you need to do? You'll have to use the different things. And he also explains him who was that Garudi, that magician. So here he explains it was the magician, it was the Doot, it was the messenger of Indra who comes here and makes him do that. So that is the thing that he clarifies related to how the things have actually happened, why he experienced that 60 years of that suffering, and why it was again at the level of mind only, because he performed the yajna also at the level of mind. So that is what happens here. And then he continues that if you want to do this, you will have to drop this man, this which says that I am the karta, I am the bhokta. So you have to drop that using what? Using the different techniques. Be in the company of the people who will help you to do that. Keep on doing your yoga, pranayama, meditation. All these different techniques are explained to continuously purify your mind. Now, so that many things, the Hatha yoga and all these things, so that you continue to purify this using all these different things. No? So then once you do that, once you start experiencing this nirvikalpa samadhi, where there are no sankalpa, there are no vikalpa, there is no wanting to do something, there is no dropping to do something, all these things, when you attained, that is nothing but the moksha sthiti. That is what it is, experiencing the liberation, experiencing the freedom. And you will be able to get this, do not have any doubt, because I have experienced this in my life. Many saints have experienced this, right? in their life, and I am sharing this with you. So please believe that you will be able to attain the Brahmapat, that Brahmatva, you will also be able to attain that. So there are some regulations also. He explains, the one who believes that I am the only this body, no, do not stand them. Do not even stand them. Do not be with them. No, and the one who is the realized souls, who thinks that I am the Brahman, I am the Shiva, I am that ultimate. You continuously be in their vicinity. No, sadhu sangati. You continuously be in their vicinity. So to do this thing, Vasishtha Muni explains him that I will tell you the post part of this, what has actually happened with Lavan Raja, and that is where you will realize what is the truth and what is the illusion. So here he says that this Lavan Raja also starts going towards this Vindhya Parvat, towards that jungle, that deep forest, and that is where he start meeting the people who appears to be very that probably has met them sometime. So it appears like that. So again he continues and he comes to that particular place. He has lived his 60 years of life, and ultimately he happens to see his mother-in-law who is sitting over there, and this mother-in-law is saying all this. Oh, how this my daughter, this my daughter's husband, how he used to go and bring all these things, despite of having he is having such a nice, handsome being, and he used to support us all the way he has supported us. So she was explaining her dukkha, the sorrow. She was talking about all these things. No? So that is very beautifully explained here. Again, that is the reason we always recommend you to go and read the book, because that is where the detailed explanation can be read there. So looking at that, how see one more soldier there, and they get to confirm whatever she's talking about, because it is exactly what has happened. He has experienced. She's talking about all those things, and ultimately he confirms that yes, whatever that experience he has shared with his all the ministers, she also confirms the fact. And looking at that, now he comes back to his nagari. Now once he comes back into his nagara, then he also gets into these questions that even Rama is also going through, and then he finally go to Vasishtha Muni, and he questions him that what is all these things going on. So here Vasishtha Muni continues to explain that whatever this Lavan Raja have experienced, and he sees, go and see that actually that kind of thing actually happened. How this is possible, how that can happen, these kind of questions definitely comes into mind. And here Vasishtha Muni explained that look, all these things that has happened is all possible. All such funny things, all such illusionary things are possible in this jagat, this universe, which is formed because of the avidya. So in avidya, all these things are possible. All these illusions are possible in avidya, is what Vasishtha Muni explains. And he explains then into details of that, little by little he explains that what are all the different possibilities. Then he explains that it is possible that this is just that particular thing that Lavan Raja experienced. It could be possible that this Brahm, that he had an illusion, probably that has actually happened already there. It could be possible that it was actually happened there, but he has just experienced it as an illusion. That is also possible. He also explained that it is also possible that there are two writers sitting in two different parts of the world, and they are thinking about the same thing, and their thinking matches. So here it is possible that the Lavan Raja is also into illusion, and that Janata, that thing, the people over there where he went, they are also in this influence of avidya. They are also in illusion. So such multiple possibilities does exist here. So likewise, he explained that these are all the possibilities of the chitta. These are all the games of chitta, because of which all these things seems to be possible, because in illusion all these things are possible. So you continuously keep understanding that this illusion, this avidya, which has caught take over the mind completely, thoroughly taken over the mind completely, because of that only all these things seems to happen. So what is that you need to do? You need to continuously keep on dropping, dissolving this mind again and again, and clean that mind again and again, doing by yoga, pranayama, meditation, sudarshan kriya, guru vachana, being into the company of the good people, and all these that various solutions that we have seen till now. No, because of that you will be able to do. There is nothing else that one can do. One has to go through all these things. No, so then he also explained Rama in this Brahma, this illusionary things. Whatever we see as susangati, as karya karan bhav, it can be according to that also, and it can be not according to that also. Both these things are possible in this jagat. So if you see it from the paramarthic perspective, if you see it from a spiritual angle perspective, they will see this only as the illusion. They will simply drop it. They will just say, this is all illusionary, this is all just a maya. It is that avidya. Because of that all such experiences happens to oneself. So even if you go there and see that all things, because his mind is like that, he has thought like that, because of that thing only that is created for him. So all such multiple things are possible in this chitta, in this, because of this avidya, is what Vashishtha Muni explains to Rama. So here again, this thing, what is that you need to do? He says that you completely do the adhisthana. Adhisthana means you have to again and again go and establish this asat, because this avidya, this it is just like the tarang, it is continuously enriched. It continuously keeps on creating illusions, thousands and lakhs of illusions. It is continuously creating. We cannot say that it's completely zero, because it's continuously active. This avidya, this maya is continuously active, and it continue to create such illusions in people's mind. So it is that samachitta. If you see that what is it, that Brahman avastha, that Chaitanya avastha? So it is explained that the once the chitta is hovering on one particular vishaya, one particular thought process, and then it hooks on to the another one, another attraction, another ichha, another vishaya's attraction. In between that, there will be a gap. Between one vishaya and another vishaya, there will be a gap. That sthiti, when there are no thoughts, there are no attraction of this vishaya exists, that is what is called as that Chaitanya. That is the sthiti of that. That is also called as Brahman. That is also called as that Shiva avastha, which is completely detached from anything else. No vishayas exist, no thought exists. It is just nirvikalpa, state of your mind. It is that Chaitanya. And you will have to again and again establish yourself into that space in between those, the shifting from one vishaya to another vishaya. So if you continue to do like this, then you will be able to, just like we do not bother about the bhavishya, no, about the future. Even when you are living in this present moment, when you are living in this vartaman kala, present period, that time also you see that this everything is, whatever is going on is just a mithya. You continuously in this state, nirantar, continuously in this state, that this is just an mithya. You observe it from that drishtikon, from that perspective only. Then you will be able to, and then how to do it, when to do it. He said, wherever you are, in whatever condition you are, you just start doing it. That I am that Atma, I am that self, I am that Atma. Continuously do it, irrespective of whatever the situation, wherever you are, just worth doing it. Is alone, this is worth doing it. That is what Vashishtha Muni explains. And then Vashishtha Muni continues to explain that when these things happens, Then there are a couple of things. So there are 7 Jnana Bhumika that appears, and then there are 7 Adhyana Bhumika that appears. So that is explained. That is something which we'll see tomorrow, and tomorrow also we'll begin with a new chapter, Sthiti Prakaran. So with that note, I'll take a pause here. I'd like to hand over this session to all of you to express yourself, to ask any questions, and what are the takeaways that you have taken from this session. You can express it yourself. Over to you all. Jai Gurudev. Unmute option is already open for you. You'll be able to unmute yourself. Yeah, that's okay, Rahul. That's fine. Yeah, Sangeeta ji, please continue.
Yeah. Thank you, Someshwar ji. That was so amazing, you explain it so very well. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, all of you. So, Lavanya राजा की जब हम स्टोरी देखते हैं तो कैसे वो कुछ घंटों में some hours he takes and he's into another life and he lives that life also for 60 years. You don't come to know. See the speed of mind. That is what we see. कैसे है, mind is on the horse. It comes, it just goes on galloping, taking you ahead. One day Mullah Nasruddin was going around in the streets. Tap, 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 on the horse, very fast he was going. So one man saw him there, one man again, that same man saw him somewhere else. So he said, Mullah, where are you going? He said, ask the horse. I don't know where am I going. It is the horse that is taking me. See, we laugh at him. That is the same thing what is happening to us. The mind is driving us out, outward with the senses, going here into the pleasures, into all those it wants, in the cravings. That is also there. What to do then? Be in your driver's seat. Hold the reins of the horse. How will you do that? That is the 4 dwarpals which are there. When you have that, Sham, Tam, that Viveka, that Santosha, and the Satsang, that means you have those reins in your hands then. That is what makes you powerful, on the mind, because the mind is taking you somewhere, driving you now. So be in your driver's seat. Looks good, no, when you're in the driver's seat, but somebody else is driving. How does it look? Takes you anywhere, you're nowhere, isn't it? So that is what it is. So this knowledge, when dawns in us, what happens? It saves us. And this infinite mind, which is it is infinite, but it is eclipsed. That is what it is. You know what is an eclipse? We all know that, right? We have learned it. The sun is so huge and the sun is so bright, shining. What happens? It is being covered by the earth or by the moon. The sun also goes off. It cannot shine anymore. That is what we call as eclipse. In the same way, the self is so powerful, so shining. That Brahman is so powerful, so shining, and it is so infinite. But the mind eclipses. And what happens? You cannot see yourself. And the mind takes the form of that consciousness, that jiva, which we heard now, and goes into the pleasure and pain, isn't it? The karta and the bhokta, that is what it goes on. And then the birth and death, and then everything is there of the mind. It goes on with that ego in itself, that small ego. But what happens when the knowledge dawns? That's what they say. Means the eclipse is just going around. And then the sun is there. It's already there. Even if you see, it was not to be seen, but it was there. Exactly. The Brahman is there. It's there. omnipresent, but we can't see it. But slowly, slowly we can get that. You know, the sun, that light comes within us. That is what is Brahman. And we all are that. Only it's the thing that we have to realize it, isn't it? Then we saw, that was very nice. Yes. So even we saw just as an actor playing, that is a beautiful point. I like this. Just as an actor playing all the roles. Have you seen that? If you imagine this now, you are the only one, but in your dream, we are playing all the roles. In dream, who is the one? Only I am the one. I am seeing the whole dream. So in that dream, wherever I am connected, isn't that me only? I am playing that actor. I am playing that role. So mind is such a beautiful actor. It can play all the roles. While in this also, in this dream, what we are living here now, aren't we a mom? Aren't we a wife? Aren't we a daughter? You know, somebody's aunt, anything, whatever you just say, go on saying, you know. Then also we are playing a very good role everywhere. You know, we keep on changing the masks. The mind is very, very fast in changing that. Just as we change the gear of the car, immediately, you are a husband here or you are a wife here. The minute you go on your this online, and what you become? Oh yes, boss, I'm there. Your manager is there in front of you. Change, isn't that? So with the gear, you also change your gears. This is the way the mind works. It's working so fast. But where are we leading? Ask ourselves, isn't it? So even that was there. So in the waking and in the dreaming, both of them, the mind is taken over and keeps on playing it tantrums, isn't it? Good. Also, now what happens? We have time, no? Okay, so now what happens then after this? How to control the mind is the question. How to have that victory over the mind. You know, they say all the three worlds also, if you have that, you become the king of it. But you are a slave of your mind, no use, isn't it? So what have we to see here? We have to see how do we become manjeet. Manjeet matlab man ke upar jo jeet pa, the victory over your mind. So we have some few points here which I have written it according to my. So the first one comes is your self-effort. So the self-effort that we have, we put it here, you know, those efforts which are written in Yog Vaashishtha. Ki jo purusharat karta hai, that purusharat, that self-efforts, when you put in that, you can have the control over your mind. Okay, so we have seen all that, but then still it's just a revision, you know, what you can do to have that victory over your mind. And the second one is a self-knowledge. And that is a very beautiful one. Now, how does this self-knowledge come? By listening here, you know, we come here, we keep on listening to this, we have got so many pictures, so many inner things, inner microscopic views also of the mind, of everything and all. What is samskara, what is your mind, what is intellect, what is self. So all these things, that is what it is. And you get your self-knowledge. Now, how does this come? When there is a thirst for that. So create that thirst, you know. And how that thirst comes? There is a point where you can come to know within yourself, कि now it's enough for me now. It's okay. Now mind abhi mujhe itna ghuma gaya hai na, now it's okay. Now that's that. Then what happens? You put your foot down. Put your foot down, and then what happens? That thirst within you gives you this knowledge. That is what it is. And that thirst also, it has to be, you know, they say it is just like as you go in a desert. And in a desert where there is no water, and you're just striving to get that one drop of water on your tongue to survive. That much thirst when you have, then the knowledge dawns. So that is what it is. Amazing, no? So just create that thirst to be, right? That will also lead us to this. And then we can see the cravings of the mind. That is comes with the detachment. We have our ropes attached everywhere, everywhere. You know, the house is here, bank balance is here, everything is here. There's nothing outside. Everything is stored here. And we are attached to that everything. And then what happens? इस दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए, कोई यहाँ गिरा, कोई वहां. दिल के टुकड़े हो जाते हैं, कोई यहाँ गिरता है, कोई वहां गिरता है. And then your दिल के अरमान आंसुओं में बह. That is what happens. But with the self-knowledge, you gain that confidence, you have that strength to overcome all that. वो मन जो, you know, it takes you, pulls you down. It is both the ways. That mind only will now take you here. Now you see all of us, those who are here, isn't it our mind? It could have been a TV serial to be seen. It had could be some, you know, gupshup on the phone. We could have done that. Or just leisure around, doing anything, doing nothing. But then what we decided, we chose to be here, isn't it? So that is a good thing. Your mind takes you here also. So it is in our hands again, how to deal with it. Yeah. Okay. And then the fourth one is the dispassion. That is the viveka. Keep on discriminating. Keep on asking yourself. That will help you coming out of the cravings, helping yourself to come out of that. Where will this lead me? What is the ultimate of this? How can I go ahead? That is the questions. Your self-inquiry comes again. Your questioning comes again. That leads to ahead to this on the path of the knowledge. Okay. And then what happens when you have the knowledge? Knowledge is just like a light within you. What happens with that light? Even if you have to cross the whole jungle, that light is enough for you because it just shows you the next step that you have to take. So exactly taking those one step at a time, you can cross the whole forest. That is your whole karmas with this light of knowledge. And what is that? Everything is Brahman. That is the knowledge. Okay. And then comes your dispassion. Detachment, dispassion, all these other, you know, tools that you have, that you can use them. And that what Someshwar ji also explained, it is that awareness which dawns it in your life. You have to apply that knowledge and go ahead. How do we apply? Just as I said that the sword of the knowledge cut the roots of the tree. And then what happens? You're free. Till the roots are there, it keeps on growing. Something new bubbling up, something new coming up. You cut the flowers, you will cut the branches, you will cut the trees, leaves. But does the tree die? No. Again it grows back, isn't it? Why? Because the roots are there. So with the knowledge, they always tell you, Yog Vaashishtha also says, cut the roots of the tree so that it is perished. And that is how you come out of the cycle of your birth and death and be liberated. And then what happens? This individual consciousness merges into the infinite consciousness and you become one. When you become one, there is no second, isn't it? Do it se upar ho jate hain. See, wherever, whatever you talk, it just comes to that point. Beautiful. I'm feeling that, you know, whatever you talk over here, whatever we have seen, you know, it just takes you there, isn't it? So beautiful it is. Yeah. And this is the knowledge that we have been given to us by the Guru Dev, you know. So have the value of that and keep on going ahead. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Would like to hear a story also? Anybody? I think so. It's enough. We can have it tomorrow. Chalega. No worries. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to me. And Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev Sangeeta ji. Thanks for sharing your experience. Thanks for sharing your takeaways. किसी को अपने आप को व्यक्त होना है, किसी को अपने एक्सपीरियंस या अनुभव के बारे में बताना है, किसी को कुछ पूछना है, तो ओवर टू यू ऑल, आप कर सकते हैं। You can unmute yourself and you will be able to speak. Unmute का option is already available. Yeah. If not, then we will take a pause here. आज के सत्र को हम लोग यहीं पे समापन करते हैं। पुनः एक बार कल मिलने के लिए। Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, same thing will be repeated in Hindi also. कल मॉर्निंग में इसी सत्र को हम लोग हिंदी में भी आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करेंगे। तो यही लिंक रहेगी, आप 8 बजे इसी लिंक पे मॉर्निंग सत्र में भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। जय गुरुदेव।
जय गुरुदेव।